what takes a person into the path of addiction in the first place, let alone when they come in the path of recovery, then the disease will manifest and kick in again. Thinking that you're doing well enough to where you have enough information about recovery, you don't really need to stay much longer. Hello everybody, my name is Pej. I'm an interventionist. I also work with people as a recovery coach. I try to help lots of different people who are struggling with addiction or alcoholism or mental health. Today's topic is cunning, baffling, and powerful. Addiction is cunning, baffling, and powerful. Alcoholism is cunning, baffling, and powerful. I felt compelled to make this video because I am watching so many people come and go into the path of addiction. People who, everything's circumstantial. There are some people that end up coming in recovery because they've been before and some things happen to them in their lives, and so they get in trouble and they either seek help, whether they go to treatment or they go to sober living, or they just make this decision with themselves that they want to get sober. But the cunning, baffling, and powerful part of addiction or alcoholism is what happens when they come and start to get well. This is at least my interpretation. And then all of a sudden the insanity kicks in again. And they often say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. But what about people that do the same thing over and over again, knowing damn well what the results will be, but still do it anyway? That's so cunning, baffling, and powerful. Let me give you an example. More recently, I was dealing with 4 or 5 different characters, people that they came through one of our homes, and each one of them had different circumstances of what had happened to them. One of them got straight out of jail because of the courts. He was supposed to come to our house. The other one also, the courts released him to our house. The other one had done a bunch of prison time and then ended up going in and out of treatment, as well as overdosing a few times on fentanyl. And then we had one that had never been to treatment before, but he really, really missed doing drugs and would often talk about it. And then one that was actually sober for a while, like 18 months, but he never really delved deep and did the work on himself. All 5 together, pretty much simultaneously left together. And I was taught early on that diseases will align. So the disease of addiction is pretty much what takes a person into the path of addiction in the first place, let alone when they come in the path of recovery, then the disease will manifest and kick in again. I often say the ego, the disease, will sleep with one eye open, and it's just waiting to get you when you least expect it. Especially when you start thinking that you're doing well enough to where you have enough information about recovery, you don't really need to stay much longer. But a lot of people don't actually do the deep-rooted work, the underlying issues that are held within them, and therefore their disease manifests. And sometimes when they're amongst each other in a setting where a few aren't ready or 2 aren't ready, then all of a sudden it happens again. It kicks in. One tells the other one about their grand plan, and the other one tells the other one about their grand plan, and the next thing you know, they're off to the races. They've made some grand plan either together or separately. And then the cunning, baffling, and powerful part of all of it is that we've had these conversations with countless people that might be in treatment, they might be in sober living, but they want to leave early rather than finish and really do the deep-rooted work to be able to have fortified recovery with a foundation before they go take off. And they all say the same thing. They always say, I'm not going to go get high. I swear I'm not going to go use. And we've heard that plenty of times before, but for the most part, people don't have that spiritual or mental defense against the first one. In reality, the ones that are making a plan to get out for whatever reason, whether it's 1,000 excuses, the courts, the kids, the job, the money, the wife, the girlfriend, the boyfriend, all those things, in reality, they're already loaded before they leave. And I tell them that too. And it doesn't sit well with them. It's really hard to talk to somebody that's in their full-blown addiction, in their disease, and doesn't want to hear it. So I know one thing, we're always planting seeds, and I was once them, and when I was in their position, I wasn't ready to hear it, but I always knew that people were telling me what was good for me. And even though I knew it, I was still, the power of my disease was so much more, my addiction was so much more than my recovery or lack thereof. So what I can say is that we pray for them, and we hope the best for them, and we hope that they do not end up dying as a result of their addiction. But unfortunately, these days, when you got these fentanyl users and people that are using stuff that can definitely kill you, they are definitely putting their lives at risk in that sense. So anyway, I love the ones that come in and do the work, because the ones that come in and do the work get to have the big, beautiful lives, because their recovery is in motion, because the recovery is embraced. It becomes the most important thing for them, and we see the ones that do that too. I'll make another video about that too. So if you're struggling with addiction, you know somebody that is struggling with addiction, you can always reach out to me. I'll make myself available to you. You can call me at either 949-751-7761, or you can go on my website, Pej Interventions. Find me there. I'm also on many other platforms.